Welcome back. We'll get started on our next game here. I actually got this for free during the Skulls for the Skull Throne, and I haven't actually looked at it yet, so I actually forgot that I had it. So it's Warhammer Underworld Online, has kind of mixed reviews. Seems like you have to spend a lot of money to unlock a bunch of different races, so we'll try the base game, and maybe next year, if it's actually worthwhile, maybe we'll unlock some additional war bands, but really got some mixed reviews on Steam, so I'm not sure if this is going to be just kind of a rather mediocre game or if there's going to be something here. So let's begin and see what it's about. Tutorials. Learn to survive Shadespire's dangers with Severin, Steelheart, and his champions, essential for new players. The basics. Okay. Basics. This tutorial will teach you the very basics of Warhammer Underworlds Online. Okay. How to win. The winner of a match is a player who has collected the most glory points by the end of the phase in round 3. Okay, so there's 3 rounds. Glory. There are 2 ways for a player to gain a glory token: defeating an enemy fighter or claiming objective cards. Okay. Camera controls. Click and drag to move the camera. You can use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Alright. Yeah, alright. Warbands. Warbands are made up of a variety of number of fighters with different strengths and abilities. Each warband is controlled by a single player. Fighters. Each turn you activate one of your fighters as you seek glory and triumph in Shadespire. Your fighters have 3 main characters. Move. The number of effects as your fighter can move in each action. Alright, so the first one's move. Second one is defense. The number of dice your fighter rolls and the required dice symbol. I don't know what those are. When defending against a target. And wounds. Alright, so move, defense, wounds. Total damage they can take before they're taken out of action. Charge actions. During your activation, you can choose to charge with one of your fighters. Excuse me. A charge is a move action followed immediately by an attack action. Let's get, oh gosh, Angharad to charge and attack Zarkus. Okay. Charge actions. Select that character, click her, Sigmarite hammer attack, click on, okay, so let's click you. 1 range, 3 dice, 2 damage. Okay, so this is 3, 1, 4. 3 spaces to get there. Okay. Sigmarite hammer. And we'll come over here. Charge tokens. When a fighter performs a charge action, they receive a charge token. If a fighter has this token, it means that they cannot be activated again until the next round. Knowing that a fighter can't be activated again in a round is a very important rule. Okay. Attack dice. When a fighter attacks an enemy, they roll attack dice to determine if their attack actually hits. Attack dice have the following 6 sides. Okay, I don't know what any of that means. You'll see that 2 sides of the die has a hammer symbol. This means you're more likely to roll a hammer. This is very important to consider when making attacks. Okay. The number of dice a fighter rolls during an attack is equal to the dice characteristic of the attack action they selected. Using her Sigmarite hammer, she has 3 attack dice and needs to roll a smash. Okay, so hammer's smash symbol to succeed. She has rolled 2 successes. Defense dice. When defending against an attack, fighters roll defense die to try and block the attack and prevent damage. Defense dice have the following sides. Okay. You'll notice 2 sides of the die have whatever that symbol is. This means you're more likely to... yeah, okay. The number of defense dice a fighter rolls is equal to the target's defense. Okay, so that's what that second number is. He's looking for a block, so that's the block symbol. He gets 1 success. Successful attacks and damage. If the attacker rolls more successes than the defender, the attack succeeds and the defender takes damage. Okay. So he's going to negate one of those, but because I got 2. And then this must be a different attack symbol, maybe? Alright. The smash beats that, so it takes 2 damage. I don't... oh, okay, 2 damage, so that's down there. Damage and wounds. When a fighter takes damage, they gain wound tokens. If a fighter gains wound tokens equal or more to their total wound characteristics, they're taken out and removed from play. Alright, so taking 2 damage, only another 2 damage is needed to take them out completely. Drive back. If attack is a success or a draw, the attacker can choose to drive back the attacker, pushing their target 1 hex away from them. Alright, the attack was successful, so you can now choose which hex to drive him into. Okay. Is there some reason I'd want to do one more or the other? Sensing an opportunity, Gartok charges into the attack, Sensing an opportunity, Gartok charges into the attack, the surprisingly aggressive Stormcast. Okay. So, Gartok is using his Gorax attack. He is rolling 2 dice. Yep, okay. And he needs to roll a smash, which he has. I've got that, so I block, so I think I'm gonna end up surviving and not getting damage. Failed attacks. If attack is failed, attack will fail if there are no successes in the attack roll, or if it equals or more successes in the device roll. Fortunately, your block is enough to stop the smash, and she will not take any damage. Drive back, however, because Gartok and rolled the same number of successes during attack, Gartok is still able to drive that person away. Inspiration. In certain circumstances, your fighters can become inspired, improving their stats and abilities. And the rest of the Storm champions become inspired whenever they roll a block or a critical success when defending. Okay. And I think that just got the defense up, right? Because you rolled 1 block while defending, she becomes inspired, gaining extra defense stats and an additional attack action. How do you tell that? Action 2. Emerging from the fog is Severin Steelheart, the leader of the Steelheart champions. With stoic determination, he strides towards the cries of battle. Charge tokens. Since Angerhad has a charge token, she's unable to move or attack for the rest of the round. Instead, we move Severin closer to the action. Move actions. During your activation, You can choose to perform a move with one of your fighters, allowing them to move the number of effects upon their move characters. It has a move of 3. Click the highlighted. Alright, so move. Wants me to go here, apparently. Click the move button to confirm. Oh, okay. When a fighter moves a move action, they can receive a move token. If the fighter has a token, it means they cannot move again or charge until the next round. However, unlike a charge token, fighters who move can still attack. Ignoring his wound, Sarkis whips his head around to the armor-clad newcomer. He screams forward with bloodshot eyes and a crazed scream. Critical successes. An exclamation symbol is either on either an attack dice or a defense dice is a critical success. If the defender rolls more critical successes than their attacker, the defender automatically blocks the action regardless of the number of successes. If the defender rolls more critical successes than their attacker. Okay, so because he's got 2 hammers and I've got 1, I get more than he does, so I'm going to automatically block this. Alright, Sarkis rolled a 2 smash, but Severin's single critical success allowed him to defend against the attack. Because Severin rolled 1 critical success while defending against Sarkis' attack, he becomes inspired, getting extra defense and additional attack action called Mighty Swing. Alright, since Severin has a move token, he is unable to move or charge for the next round. However, Sarkis is standing right next to him, so he can still attack. Select Severin, select his Sigmarite broadsword attack, click Sarkis. Okay, so that's why you don't want him to stay next to you, is if you move, they still can attack back unless you block them, push them back. Okay, I'm getting this. Get you here. Got a critical success and that, so I'm going to end up winning. Both Severin and Sarkis rolled a critical success, so they can cancel each other out. However, since Severin also rolled an additional smash, the attack will succeed. And he's dead. Taken out of action. Once a fighter has been dealt damage equal to their wounds characteristic, they are taken out of action. The player who took the fighter out of action will gain a glory point. Glory points. This is glory. It can be gained by taking out enemy fighters or scoring objective cards. Whichever side has the most glory points at the end of the match is declared a winner. Drawn by the smell of slaughter, Riptooth the Fleshhound leaps from the shadows. Following the footsteps of his leader, Oberyn the Bold steps onto the battlefield. Oberyn is too far away to charge any enemies, but he can move closer so that the next round he can be in striking distance. Come here, and we'll move. Wherever Riptooth is, Magor Red Hand is never too far away. The leader of the Fiends vows to drown this battlefield in blood. End of the round. Each side gets 4 activations before a round ends. When the round ends, all charge and move tokens are removed. This means fighters can charge, move, and attack again next round. Starting a new round, roll off. At the start of a new round, each player rolls 4 dice to determine who goes first. The player who rolls the highest number of critical successes wins and gets to choose which player goes first. Okay. Tied roll-offs. If both players are tied for the most critical successes or no player rolled any, then the player with the most single supports wins. If the players are still tied, then the winner is the player with the most double supports. Okay, so single support, double support, critical successes. So I'm going to win. You won with 1 critical success. You will now choose who goes first in this tutorial. You are going to take the first round. Guard action. During your activation, you can choose to perform a guard action with one of your fighters. This will allow the fighter to count both the block and dodge results when defending against an action. In addition, that fighter cannot be driven back while on guard. Okay, so that must be just one of the sides of a dice then, because I don't see an actual guard. Okay, putting a fighter on guard is useful when they are at risk of getting attacked, and you want to minimize the chance of them taking damage. It's also useful for making sure your fighter cannot be driven back, particularly when trying to hold a specific hex on a battlefield. Guard action. A unit on guard will succeed on defense rolls when rolling both block and dodge results. In addition, that fighter cannot be driven back while on guard. Select Severin and put him on guard. Gartok seeks to succeed where Zarkus failed. He launches himself at Severin for the glory of Morn. So he's got 3 attack, 1 defense, 4, so that's pretty much the same as my guys. Support. If you have a friendly fighter adjacent to your attacker, they can give support in your defense rolls. Results of a single support will count as successes. If you have 2 allies, then the double support counts. Okay. Thanks to being on guard. So, how do I know you're being supported? Is it just because you guys are both next to him? Alright, so both count. So, thanks to being on guard, Severin rolls a dodge and a single support, both which count as successes, and he is able to easily defend against Gartok's attack. Okay, so that's Gartok. So he got 1 attack, I got 2 of these. He gets a double support, but that's not going to do anything. Tip: support strategy. How you position your fighters will be a massive impact on whether you can take advantage of the support during the attack or defense rolls. Keep your fighters adjacent or close to each other. Increases your chances of being able to have single support or even double support count as successes. Oh wait, no, it's this guy being next to him that's counting. I was thinking it was you. Support also works for attacks. For example, Haggard will get support from Severin. If she attacks Gortok, any single support results in her actions will be counted as successes. Alright. Got it. Come here. Attack here. Got 1 attack, 1 support. He's got 1 block, so I'm gonna win. That's 2 damage. More support is better. The more support, have more support than your enemy. If one fighter has 1 or more supporting fighter than their enemy, they get to count one of those single supports as successes. If your fighter has 2 or more supporting fighters than the enemy, they can count both this and this. Okay, so it's not either or, it's both. If both you and your enemy have the same number of supporting fighters, then neither fighter counts as a single or double support as successes. Okay, got it. Ability. Some fighters have special abilities, such as Gartok, who can never be driven back by an attack even if it succeeds. Without warning, Riptooth rushes forward. Ooh, critical successes. Forward to bite out Oberon, 2 damage. Inspiration: be warned, Margrok and all of his fighters inspire when they inflict damage. Multiple targets. Some attacks have the ability to strike all adjacent fighters. Your fighter will attack each adjacent enemy to them in any order you choose until they have attacked them all once or something interrupts them. Multiple targets. Attack Riptooth. Mighty Swing. Okay, so it says right on there. So, Mighty Swing targets all adjacent. You missed. Got that. You're gonna hit him and kill him. With a bloodthirsty roar, Magor charges directly at the leader of the Steelheart's champions. So I'm gonna block that. Wait. I had 2 defense. Cleave. Some attacks have the cleave ability, which allows them to ignore any block results the defender rolls. Magor's attack has cleave, which unfortunately is why the 2 blocks did not protect him. Guard. However, because Severin is on guard, Magor cannot drive him back. Severin is able to hold his position. Knockback. Some attacks have the knockback ability, which allows them to drive an enemy back an additional hex on a successful attack. Charge. Alright, so we got you. How do I know if you've got cleave? Attack Riptooth. Critical success attack. 1 support and dodge, but because I got the critical success, I should get that. Remember, after you successfully attack, you can drive back a target. Let's push him back here. One of the 4 servants of Khorne, only Magor and Riptooth remain, but they are currently too spent to launch another assault. If you find all fighters have a charge token or are unable to activate any of them, or any reason, you can use the skip action and wait until the next round. Notice that all the enemy fighters have charged this round and cannot be activated. Magor's Fiend still has 1 last action left, which is why they now choose to skip. End of tutorial. In this tutorial we played through the first 2 rounds of a game of Warhammer Underworlds Online. A normal game consists of 3 rounds, with each player getting 4 activations each round to move and activate their fighters. With only 12 activations during an entire match, it is important to choose these activations wisely. This tutorial we learned the basics: moving, attack, charge, putting a fighter on guard, and skip your activation. In the next tutorial we will be introducing power cards and objective cards. These are important to understand and master if you want to gain glory and defeat your enemies in the Mirrored City. Learn to play. New Steam guides. Looking for game tips? We completed a series of official Steam guides to teach you both the basics of the game as well as specific strategies for warbands. We'll be adding to this list to check out the Steam page. What is happening? crashes. Sometimes an incomplete installation of Warhammer Underworlds can cause a number of different issues. If you find your game regularly crashes, freezes, or has invisible fighters, try the following. Oh, that's not great. Begin. Alright, we did the basics. Let's go to Cards and Glory. Learn about ploys, upgrades, and objective cards. Cards and Glory. In this tutorial, we will be covering scoring of glory objectives, scoring glory using objective cards, power cards, and when you can play them, the action phase and end phase. Let's start round 1. Each round has one action phase where you both take it in turns to activate your fighters and play power cards. Following the action phase, the round proceeds to the end phase where you score objective cards and prepare for the next round. Order of play. Magor Fiends will go first this round. This will be the start of the action phase, and each player will be able to make 4 activations each, followed by a power step after each activation. Order of play. It's important to understand the turn-based structure of the action phase in order to make the best possible decisions to defeat your enemy. Magor performs a move action and then ends his first activation. The game now moves on the power step. Okay. The power step. After every activation, both you and your opponent take turns playing power cards to affect the battle. Magor has played the sidestep to push Riptooth 1 hex. You may now play a power card. Power cards. But firstly, let's learn about power cards. These cards are played during the power step and have powerful effects that can be used to help turn the tide of battle in your favor. There are 2 types of power cards. Ploys and upgrades. Power card ploys with the sword or the dagger. Ploys are a type of power card that have a single use effect, either immediately or during the next activation. These cards are identified by the sword symbol on the corner. Power cards ploys. We are going to use one of these ploys to push Angrod onto the objective markers. These will be explained in later detail. Select and drag sidestep from your power card hand into play area to use it. Gambit ploy. Choose a friendly fire, push them 1 step. Gambit ploy. Righteous Zeal, 1 damage to the first, +1 damage to the first attack activation or with a range of 1 to 2. Move. Great Fortitude. Upgrade. Lightning Blade. And critical attacks. This action has +1 damage. 16 in the deck. Alright. Well, it wants me to do this. Sidestep. Choose a friendly and push on 1 hex. So that's an objective marker. Power step. Opponent's turn. After playing sidestep, Magor Fiends gets a chance to play another power card if they would like. They choose not to. Passing the power step. The power step will continue until both players have no more power cards that they want to play or are able to play. When you don't have any more power cards that you want to play, you can click pass and go to the next activation. Activation 1. Your power step is over and now you can begin your activation. Maker fighters are still too far away to attack in this activation, so let's look at our objectives cards. Objectives cards. These cards will help you gain glory if you can achieve their conditions, usually by the end of the round, known as the end phase, as was described earlier. For example, the hold objective 4 will score you 1 glory if you have a fighter placed on that hex during the end phase. Objective markers. There are 5 objective markers on the battlefield. You will earn glory at the end of each round if you hold objective that matches one of the objective markers your fighters are standing on. Okay, so dice, gears, book, four, 3, 5, 1. Where's 2? Somebody on it? He's on it. Okay. Discard and draw objective cards. Instead of activating a fighter on your turn as shown in the previous tutorial, you can choose to discard an objective card instead. This is useful. Oh man, I got the yawns today. If this is useful if you hold a card you don't think you'll score this round during this round's 4 activations, and gives you an opportunity to draw a better one. Okay. Select and drag discard and draw objective cards from your objective hand onto the play area to activate this. With objective marker 4 too far away for your fighters to reach this round, it is highly unlikely that you'll be able to score this. Therefore, dragging this objective card now by dragging it into the play area. Alright, discard. You have drawn hold objective 5. This is a much easier objective to score, as the objective marker is closer. Power step. After your activation phase, there's another power step. Looking through our cards, there isn't any cards we wish to play right now, so let's pass. So how is it passing? How is it selecting that? Is it automatically doing it? I don't get it. Riptooth uses move action to put itself on objective 5. Power step. Magor has played the ploy called Blood Slick Ground, which means fighters' movement will be reduced by -2 during your next activation. You won't be able to charge the enemy. This seriously limits your options on your next activation. Your activation. Your fighter's movement has been reduced by Magor's Bloodslick Ground ploy, making it difficult yet again for you to activate your fighters this turn. But there's always other things you can do. Draw power cards. Instead of activating a fighter, you can draw a power cord to look for a player upgrade that might give you an edge in the future turn. Click the draw new card from your power hand into the play area. Peal of Thunder will be useful in the future, so let's hold on to it now. The power step. After your activation, there's another power step. Looking at our cards once again, we do not have anything we wish to play right now, so let's pass. Enemy Action 3. Gartok performs the move objective and finishes on objective 4. You can play multiple power cards in the power step to great effect. First, use Peal of Thunder to push Riptooth off objective 5. Choose any enemy fighter and push them 1 hex in any direction. Alright, we'll do that. I guess he's gotta go that way. Magor has no power cards to play, so you can now play still one more. Oberyn will be able to move and hold objective marker 5 in the next action, but we do not have to stop there. We also get 1 attempt to take down Riptooth in 1 hit. Play Righteous Zeal. This card gives our first attack and the next activation +1 damage. Your activation 3 is now time to strike. Select Oberyn and charge into objective marker 5 and take out Riptooth. So I guess that bullet slick thing only lasted 1 turn. Alright, let's attack. Critical success attack with 1, so I'm going to get it. 4 damage, took him out. The power step, now you have earned a glory point from taking out Riptooth. We can teach you about upgrades, power cards. Upgrades are a type of power card that permanently are attached to your fighters to improve their stats, attacks, or give them new abilities for the rest of the game. These cards are identified by a gear symbol in the corner. Equipping upgrades. To equip an upgrade, you must spend glory you have earned. Don't worry, glory still counts towards the overall score at the end of the battle. Equip Severin with great speed by dragging it into the play area. This will allow him to move an extra hex, placing him within striking distance of the encroaching servants of Khorne. I'll get you Severin. This is Magrak's last action for this round. Sarkis moves forward to objective marker 3. This will be your last action phase before the end phase. Thanks to the upgrade Great Speed, Severin can now move much farther, so he can now use a charge action and attack Sarkis. This will hopefully drive Sarkis back, denying Magor's Fiends a chance to score a hold objective 3. Select Severin. Come here. Drive back. Remember, after you successfully attack, you can drive back your target. Let's push you back here, with the thought being that hopefully you could go. End phase. During the end phase, each player scores glory for whatever objectives they've achieved. Objective 2. Hold objective 4. Magor Fiends managed to score glory for holding 2 and 4. Magor's using a newly earned glory points to use upgrade cards to equip his fighters for the next turn. End phase score objectives. You managed to score all your objectives and hold the number objective markers 1 and 5. Also, your fighters did not take any points of damage in the last round, so you'll be able to score Sigmar's Bulwark. End phase upgrade step. After scoring objectives, you can spend some of your new glory points by equipping any upgrades you still have on your power hand. Let's equip Oberyn with the upgrade card called Great Fortitude. Drag and drop this card in the play area. Let's give it to you. Some upgrades can only be equipped by certain fighters. For example, Lightning Blade can only be equipped to Severin. Select the Lightning Blade. How do you know it can only be equipped by him? Oh, restricted to Steelheart. Okay. You now get to draw back up to 5 power cards and 3 objective cards. Remember, are ready to start. Okay. Round 2. All fighters have had their move and charge tokens removed and can now be activated again. So I'm gonna go. Maegor's Fiends. Oh, he wins? I forgot how that works already. Garrick activates in charge action to attack Severin. Critical success, 1 dodge, I'm gonna get hit. He gets Inspire because of that. Gambit Ploy, Healing Potion. Alright, so he healed. As Severin also has taken some damage, use a Healing Potion on him to remove possible 2. Alright. Healing Potion here. Choose a friendly fighter and roll a defense dice. On the roll of a block or... okay, so if you get a block or a critical success, remove up to 2 tokens, otherwise remove 1 wound. Okay. So that's going to be 1. Your activation 1, ranged attacks. Lightning Blade has a range characteristic of 2, allowing Severin to attack Gartok without needing to move or charge. Lightning. Oh, I see. 2 range, 2 dice, 1 damage. Why do you want me to attack this guy? Power cards reactions. Some ploys are reactions and cannot be played normally in a power step. Instead, they trigger automatically in response to a specific condition. Tireless Assault is triggered because one of your fighters missed their attack. You can play it now to allow Severin a second chance to damage Gartok. In the moment, drag the Tireless Assault card onto the area of play to play the reaction. Follow that up by dragging the Lightning Blade card onto the play area 2 to confirm your attack. Tireless Assault. Reaction, play this after a friendly fighter's attack action fails. That fighter can make another attack at the same target. Lightning Blade. Critical success. Support 1. Attack actions abilities. Some attacks have abilities. Lightning Blade has the effect to apply +1 damage when crit rolls, so Gartok will be taking 2 damage instead of 1. Enemy action 2. Maegor is activated and uses a charge action to move next to Oberyn and attack him. So he's gonna knock you back. Cleave. The roll would have been a draw, but Maegor's attack has the cleave ability, which means that the target of this attack cannot use the block symbols, even if they are on guard. Activation 2. In this activation, you're going to teach you about Surge objectives. Objective cards, surge objectives. Some objective cards can be scored during the action phase instead of waiting for the end phase. Lightning Strikes is a surge objective card that can be scored by taking out an enemy fighter during the charge action. Let's use Anger to try and score this objective during this activation. Okay. So we got hold objective 3, lightning strike, surge, score. This if an enemy fighter is taken out of action by a charge action by one of your fighters. Slayers of Tyrants. Score this in the end phase if your warband took out the enemy leader in the preceding action phase. Okay. So this is why we're going after this guy, is he's the leader. So if I take him out, I'm going to get 2 points, I think is what they're trying to teach me. So, critical success, attack, 2 damage. Whenever you score a surge objective, you get to instantly draw another objective card to replace it. Let's put that glory to use by equipping Oberon with Brave Strike. Roll an extra attack dice if there are no adjacent friendly fighters. Boy, that's loud. Zarkis is activated and uses the charge action to move next to Angrad and attack her. 2 attacks, so she'll get attacked and bounce back. Megarphane scores no escape immediately. This is because the warband charged with 3 of their fighters during the action phase. Activation phase. Your activation 3 lets use Severin to perform a charge action and attack Zarkis. Hopefully we'll take him out and prevent him from scoring hold objective 3, which we assume he may have in his objective hand. Some fighters have special abilities that let them automatically take a reaction. That's not great. Lets you block. Zarkis gets to use his Gorefist attack action whenever an enemy misses an attack action against him. Luckily for Severin, his counter attack misses. This presents us with an opportunity. If we can't smite the Khorne warrior, we can at least dislodge him from the objective marker. Select and drag the ploy card Confusion into the area of play and use it to swap positions with Severin and Zarkis around. Choose 2 fighters that are adjacent to each other and switch them. Block this fighter and all adjacent friendly go on guard. Alright. Severin is now sitting on the objective marker 3. If he can hold this position for the rest of the action phase, you'll be able to hold objective 3 during the end phase. Enemy action 4. All of Megarphanes have charged tokens on them, so none of them can be activated. Instead, Megarphanes will now have to either draw a power card, discard, and draw an objective card, or skip their turn. This is your last activation before the end phase. Oberon is your only fighter without a charge token, so let's activate him and use one of his attack upgrades. Some upgrades will give your fighters a new attack action to use against enemy fighters. Brave Strike will do less damage than Sigmarite Ground Hammer, but allows Oberon to roll 1 more dice if he has no friendly fighters. On hexes adjacent to him, rolling more dice gives overrun a better chance of hitting Magor. Okay. So select Oberon. Do that. Come here. So you're gonna get the hit. Do 2 damage, and we'll push him back. Round 2 end phase. Each player has performed 4 activations, each starting with Magor's Fiends. Let's see which objectives the player has scored. With every fighter having been taken at least some damage, Magor Fiends is able to score River of Blood. End phase, you have only 1 objective to score this round. Hold objective 3. End of tutorial. That covers all you need to know about the objective cards and the power cards. Normally, a full game of Warhammer Underworlds Online is 3 rounds. In the next tutorial, we'll cover an entire match. How do you know who the leader is then? Warband leader. Oh, okay. Got it. Alright. Guided match. Play a guided match against an AI opponent. This tutorial lets you make all decisions, but will give you info along the way. Recommended for new players. Guided match. This is a guided bot match, which will teach you to the board setup and fighter placement. It will then guide you through a complete game, highlighting some of the key concepts that you've learned on the previous tutorials. Choosing boards. At the start of a match, player rolls off to see who gets to choose their board first, and who gets to connect them. The winner of the roll decides who will choose the board first. The player who places their board second gets to connect the 2 boards, which sets up the battlefield, giving them a slight advantage. To make up for this, the player who places their board first will also get to place 1 more objective marker. Select player to choose the board first. Board selection. Select a board to use. The skulls indicate the hexes where you will place your fighters at the beginning of the match. So how do I know which one I want to do? Why is there a 4 and a 3? It says 7 total? Their board, your board. Placing the objective markers. Players take alternating turns placing 5 objective markers, 2 markers for the players who won the original roll-off, and 3 markers for the other player. You can select a hex to preview the objective placement and confirm placement when you are ready. You may also select random and have them placed randomly around you. Well, why would I not want to just have them? next to me. Although if he's gonna get 3... maybe I want to do that. Oh, I see. So they can't be next to each other. Placing lethal hex tokens. Players take alternating turns placing 1 lethal hex token. You can select a hex to preview the lethal hex token placement and confirm placement. When you are ready, you can also select pass not to pass. Oh! I didn't mean to do that. Starting hands. At the start of a game, if you don't like your initial 3 objective cards or your initial 5 power cards, you must redraw each hand. To do this, you must discard all cards of that type by selecting the appropriate redraw hand and dragging it into the play area. If you don't want to redraw, then click pass to continue. Choose any enemy and push them. Block. This fighter and all adjacent fighters go on guard. Friendly fighters cannot be driven back by the first attack. In the next activation, +1 move, shield bash. During the adjacent fighter's attack action, the target fighter and fails. Reaction. During your adjacent fighter's attack action that targets this fighter and fails, this fighter cannot be driven back and you can push the attacker back 1 hex. Okay, so if they fail their attack, you push them back. I think that's how that works. Objective 3, which is there. Objective 2, surge. Score this immediately if your warband has taken 2 or more fighters out. This action phase able to be scored if you draw this card after the condition is met. Actually, I think that's pretty decent, so let's pass. Fighter placement. After the board is set up, there's a second roll-off. The winner chooses which player places a fighter first. 1 player's and take turns for choosing which starting hexes in their territory they wish to place their fighters on. Click a player that you wish to choose. I guess I'll go. Alright. Inspire rolls, so they're all pretty much the same. They just look a little different. Warband leader. So if you get the defense. Alright, let's get you. Put you here. And let's put you there. And let's put you over here. Round 1. This is the first round. Get ready against Steelheart's champions to victory against the scoop roll. Sepulchral guards. First activation. After a fighter placement rolls off. When the player chooses who will be the first activation, a player who finished gains the first. Okay. So I'm gonna go first. Let's let him go first, I guess. Because he's got so many people. A fighter that has made a move cannot charge or move against the rounds, but can still attack or use actions. I don't know, do I want to push him off? Objective 2, which is there. Objective 3, which is here. I think I'm going to pass. Because if he gets up here, I want to be able to take that. So let's go pass. Alright, Severin, let's get you. I don't think I want to put you up here, do I? But if I could kill him, that'd be pretty nice. But that's definitely going to put you at risk of getting attacked by all these guys. Well, actually, he's only got 2 move. 2 move. 2 move. 2 move. Actually, maybe I do want to attack then. Let's risk it. Charge action. Remember, a fighter that has made a charge action cannot be activated again this round. Attack failed. An attack fails when a defender has rolled more successes than the attacker if the attacker has not rolled any successes. Also fails in case of a tie. Damn. Drive back. After a successful attack or an attack where both successor and defender rolled the same numbers, it is possible to drive back the defender. A defender that is driven back is pushed 1 hex. This push must take them further away than the attacker driving them back. Power phase. Let's pass. Restricted to bright side. Pass. He's gonna attack me. No. Yes. Critical success. Good. That should inspire you. Each fighter has an inspire condition. For the rest of the game, okay. Good. Pass. Alright, let's get you up here. Let's do that. And let's pass. Pass again. Activation 3. Get you up here. And then this guy. Let's play this. And let's push him back. Because I don't want him to be able to push me off the objective marker. These are all... Oh, I see. These are all upgrades, so that's why I can't use them. Alright, pass. Alright, I'm a little worried about this because now if I attack, he's got people backing him up. Guard. Score objective 5. 2, 3. End phase. Discard objective cards. Now that you can discard any objective cards from your hand you no longer want or think you can score in the future. At the end of the end phase, you'll be able to draw back up to 3 objective cards. When you are finished discarding cards, click pass to continue. Surge. Just taking 2 or more enemies' fires. I feel like I should be able to do that. Pass. Alright. This fighter and all adjacent fighters immediately go to guard. Which one's Bright Shield? And you've got 3 moves, so I feel like that's probably sufficient. I'm a little worried that you're gonna get just totally decimated here. So if you block, you can push the attacker back, or we can get you a move. I guess I'd rather have that. End phase. Do I really want... You can now discard any power cards from your hand you no longer want. At the end phase, you'll draw back up. Alright, how do I discard? Over here. Get rid of that. Round 2. Get ready for the second round. This is the middle of the game. We're only 1 round after. Okay. Alright, so what do I got for objectives? Score this in the 3rd phase if none of your fighters were taken out of objective. The Eternals, Tyrant, take out the enemy leader. I'm guessing this is the leader. Yeah. Alright, well, let's get you here. So let's move him up and attack here. Then I can get the backup. critical success, so you'll attack. Successful attacks, symbols as critical rolls, can be beaten out. That'll drop him down, so that's one guy. Choose to side push a friendly fighter to push them 1 hex. Enemy fighters cannot support the target of the first attack. Ooh, that could be good. Roll an extra attack die. Oh wait, that's Oberon that has to use that one. So he just attacks, so that's not going to help. Bright Shield. After this attack, if any, make attack again. +1 damage to all attack actions with a range 1 or 2. You do 3 damage, so I don't know if you really need to get that. What is that? Choose a friendly fighter and push them 1 hex. No, I don't want to do that. Enemy fighters cannot support the target of the first attack. Okay, let's do that. Gambit. All friendly fighters make a move action. I wish it didn't go quite that fast. Yeah, see, if I push you up here, he can still attack you. I don't know what the advantage of moving you up would be. Because your attacks will also do... Oh, your attacks do 2. So maybe we'll do this. Oh, I can't do it, I guess. You know, it says I can. Let's get that to you. Let's just trick you out completely. And let's pass. Cleave. That's not great, so that'll push you back. Let's get you off of the lethal hex. Well, I guess let's get up here and attack this guy. Although maybe, no. Let's get you over here. Alright, he'll be dead. We got that. I don't really want to upgrade Oberon because I think there's a pretty good chance that Oberon's gonna die. Critical success. So it'll attack. Fine, go ahead. Alright, well, Sigma right hammer, righteous strike. Alright, let's do it. Get you up here. And you've... Wait, I thought you get a second attack. Why didn't you get the second attack? That was the whole reason I did it. If it failed and they... Oh, the enemy leader! Only the enemy leader. Shit. Okay. Oberon is gonna be... Hey, critical success. Cool. And now you... Alright, I'm gonna have to skip because I don't have anybody left. So, not gonna get that. So that'll be a block. Shield bash. Prince of Dust. A reaction is a special kind of action found on the fighter or power card. Reactions or conditions must be met in order for it to be used. When the condition is met, the action can be taken without costing the player's activation. Inspire the fighter to the battlefield. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't stack. Pass. Alright, let's get rid of that. And I'm probably not going to be able to do this. So let's get rid of that. And maybe I'll be able to do that one. I don't have any upgrades I can do. Round 3. Damn, he's gonna go first. Critical attack, cleave, he's dead. +2 damage. Put them on guard. Place a shardful token in an unoccupied hex. This hex is blocked. Healing potion. The first attack on the next activation gives cleave. I think we should try to go with heal. That'll just be one. And gives you cleave. Hey, let's get you righteous. Yeah, let's pass. Oh, that blocks it. Okay. Cleave, so that'll go through. He's dead. Lightning hands. Hold objective 1. Alright, let's pass. Block. What? Alright, you're on guard. Alright, so let's kill this guy. Yeah, because you can't get out to objective marker 1, right? So if I put you here... During an attack action that targets this fighter and has failed, the fighter cannot be driven back. Let's come over here with the thought being that hopefully you'll get some support if you get attacked. Alright, so you'll get to get the kill. Pass. Oh, he just screwed me out of my point there. pretty solid victory there. Alright, so that's all the tutorials. So maybe next time we'll start a match and see how this works. I hope you're enjoying this playthrough. If you do, please give my channel a like and subscribe. It helps me post more content for you. Have a great day.